Hi everyone, it's Maggie, and I'm here with two project shares. If you watched my videos of the items that I received from Michelle Pipeling in our swap that she sent me, I want to show you two of the things that I made for Michelle. We were to make a fabric lace book, doily book, a needle book, and then a surprise piece. And we gave each other, kind of carte blanche as to how we wanted to do everything. And we basically, I think, just told each other what colors we didn't like. So let me show you what I made for her. This is the secret item, and it is a heart pillow, an altered heart pillow. Has a hanger, and I had altered part of this, like I want to say like 2 years ago, and I wasn't happy with it. And so I took off everything that I didn't like about it, and I redid it. So let me show you what I did. I left the back of it as is. This is a vintage heart pillow that I found in an antique store. And as you can see, the back of it's peach. It's a little discolored, but I wanted to leave that because I think it's important where it is an old piece. It's a vintage piece. And I wanted to leave some of the integrity of the pillow. There's this beautiful vintage lace around it, and this was also on it. And that was it. It was just the lace, and then this was on both sides, this peachy satin fabric. So I covered the front of the heart with some eyelet fabric, and then I covered part of it. You can't tell, but it's a rose color lace fabric from Joann's. And then I just started embellishing it from there. I wanted it to kind of look like a crazy quilt type of thing. I don't know how to do crazy quilts, but this is my interpretation of one, I guess. And so up here, I put this piece here. I'm finding glue strings. Anyways, I put this piece here, and then I added some rhinestones, and then there's this tiny piece here. Oh, sorry. This tiny crocheted piece here, and then there's this piece here. It's kind of a little dangle trim, and underneath there's another a Venice lace piece here. And then these flowers and leaves are appliques. And then in the middle of the flowers, I put these little clay flowers, the white with the pink, that are my absolute favorites. And on this side, this was a piece of a vintage little doily thing, and so I put this on this part of it. And then I made this flower. There's two doilies. There's a running stitch with this vintage lace here, and I wanted to try to keep everything I used vintage. And then there's it's like a fabric flower applique here, and a small doily there, and then this beautiful bling piece here, and then these two what would you call them? They're like they're tiny pearls and seed bead flowers. These are from Wild Orchid Crafts. And then under them this is a organza flower, and then there's a little doily under this one. And then under the flower that I made, I wanted to hang some pieces of vintage laces that I had in my stash. And the exception to the vintage is this one piece And this is from One Little Dreamer, and I just love it. And I wanted to tie the pink in, and I added the tiny clay flowers on the flowers on this piece. So that's how so it'll hang down if she hangs it on her wall. And she doesn't have to, but it did have this here in case she wants to hang it. So that's my surprise piece for her. And then the other piece is the needle book I made her. And this is the needle book. I used a piece of you all know what this is, right? Oh my gosh, my mind is blank. Well, anyways, I used it to tie the needle book. Let me show you. I'll show you the front and the back at the same time. And this piece here, after I made the initial book, this piece here is a very wide. I'm not sure what you would call it. If it's not really, well, I don't know if it's embroidered or not. But anyways, this piece here is from my sis Diana, and it's a peachy color, and I just love it. And let me bring it up close, hopefully, so you can see the detail to it. So I put this across. Let me get this out of the way. Hold still now. Okay. I put this across the front. And then on the top and the bottom, I added this beautiful trim here. And I got this from Seriously Scrappin' on Zibbit. And then I added it to the bottom here. And up and around, I used underneath this is a crocheted little square doilies, and it was a strip, so I put that there. And then under this here, I put this heart Venice lace heart trim here, and that goes under that. And then on the sides, I added these seed pearl. Not seed beads, but they're like rice beads, pearl beads. I put those on the side. This is the image. She's so beautiful. And I framed her with this tiny trim here that I got from my sis Trisha. And then I added this tiny 2mm rhinestone cup chain that I got from Diana. And then I used some wild orchid craft flowers to tie in the flowers on, on the image here. And then this bling is from One Little Dreamer, and I put that across the bottom. And then on the side is some more of that trim that's up here that you really can't see, the little square piece there. And then opening it up, I made these two pockets out of a doily and added this heart trim here and down there. And then this is cream lace fabric here. And then this is an embroidered trim. And this trim is from Elegant Embellishments on Zibbit, D Shop. And then I added these little appliques in the middle of each one of these medallion pieces. And then around the perimeter, I added this crocheted trim here. So I will be putting some, needles and pins and that type of thing in the pocket, in each pocket, because it is a needle book. And this is seam binding, by the way. Oh, and then on the flowers, I added some diamond dust that I do quite often, and I think it adds to it. So that's the needle book. So these are the two pieces, and I will be back with the fabric book that I made for Michelle. So see you soon. Bye for now.